Earlier I spoke to Coronation Street's Katie McGlynn, who plays Sinead, about her new storyline, which sees her character discovering she has cervical cancer while she's pregnant.
I'm so sorry. You should have told me. What did you think I was going to say? I thought we were a team.
We are. But I don't know. Me and you were the closest thing to normal I had left.
You've been carrying that all by yourself. Thought of that breaks my heart.
Oh, touching scenes. That was an exclusive look at Monday night's episode, which is solely about Sinead's storyline. Katie is with me now, along with Dr Hilary. Now, this really is a dramatic storyline, and Hilary, a very important one for Corrie to get right, isn't it?
It's really important, and, you know, it means so much carrying this in a soap storyline, because millions of people are watching. They're going to identify this as a real story. It brings it to life. It's not just a statistic, something that doctors talk about. People will identify with this and say, what would I do in this situation, and have I had a smear?
And are those the questions that you asked yourself, Katie, when you were researching?
Yeah, definitely. Because Sinead's put in this position where, you know, they give her the option to abort a child or get the treatment and get better kind of thing. So she's in this position where it's just heart-wrenching, where she's got to choose between her unborn child and herself. And I think she feels really guilty because of a past storyline where she had an abortion. So I think that's always playing in the back of her mind when she's put forward to this huge decision that she's got to make. I mean, throughout doing the part and the storyline, I've had to just try and put myself in her shoes. But I still, to this day, I don't know what I'd do. Like,
really?
It's just such a difficult position. I don't know. I really don't know myself.
We had a lady on earlier on in the week, Veronica Mehta, who's a musician in Bollywood, and in real life, she discovered she had breast cancer while she was pregnant. So this is obviously something that does occur, hopefully not too often, but it really does. So, I mean, Sinead, you were talking about when she went through that harrowing decision to have the abortion or not to have the abortion, which she did in the end. But otherwise, she's sort of seen as a bit ditzy, isn't she?
Yeah, she is, yeah.
Was it difficult as an actress to get back into the, you know, a very serious storyline?
Well, to be fair, it has been a while, because I think this is my 6th year, into Corrie, and I've just been playing a ditzy character for so long. We've had the crash, we've had the abortion, but other than that, it's just like a silly, daft character, which is fun, but it's just been such a while since I've had to put myself in them shoes. I had quite a lot of serious storylines when I did Waterloo Road. But again, like I say, I've just tried to imagine being in her shoes.
Yeah.
And when I've read some of the scenes, like the scenes that was on Friday, when I was reading it, I was just getting emotional straight away. You know, because some actors use past experiences to make them upset, you know, to get them to that level, and sometimes you can't do that.
But you're still very young, so you haven't got those
experiences. Yeah, but in this, I've just literally just tried to be, like, morph into Sinead's shoes when I'm on set and just try and do it.
So going back to the episode, obviously we saw Daniel's initial reaction there. So how does that progress?
Well, on Monday's episode, it's quite a big one because it only has 4 characters in the whole episode.
OK, so it's obviously you and Daniel, Ken, I would imagine, Ken Barlow,
and Peter Barlow. So it's like a Barlow, well, Osborne episode, which is quite peculiar. We've not done that for years. So in that particular episode, it's a harrowing episode where Daniel finds out all the secrets. He finds out that Ken's been lying to him, that Sinead's been lying to him, and then he finds out, oh, wait a minute, Sinead's got cancer and she's pregnant. What the heck? Like, what?
So it'd be very interesting.
It's going to be quite a harrowing episode. Emotional.
Yeah, and am I allowed to ask you what eventually happens?
Well, eventually, I don't know. I only know that the storyline is going to be well into next year, because Ian's taking over Kate Oates' storyline. I think that'll be December. So we've got a long way to go yet.
OK, and I don't, as a big Corrie fan, like to know too far ahead, I have to say. No, I don't, because then it kind of, you know...
Yeah, it spoils it. You don't.
And it's real life to me, Katie. Hilary, What advice would you give to anyone in the character Sinead's situation?
Right. I mean, it is a very emotional time. So there are two lives to consider here. There's the baby and, of course, the mother. And Sinead's wrestling. She needs the help and the support of family around her. So I would encourage anyone to talk to family, close family, particularly partner and relatives, so that they can support somebody in that situation. It's really important. And then, of course, talk to healthcare professionals about the choices that you have, because depending on the stage of the cancer, this is critical. The type of cancer, the stage, which means how big the tumour is and whether it's spread, and the stage of the pregnancy you're at, how many weeks you are. Because, you know, if you're in the first stage of pregnancy, in the first trimester, the first third, it's 6 months if you're going to wait before treatment. That, for some doctors, that's too long. So you've got to do something. So you either have to consider a termination at the immediate point, or you wait till the second trimester of pregnancy, in which case you can have chemotherapy. There's no evidence that chemotherapy at that stage harms the unborn baby, whereas it might do in the first third. So these are difficult things for somebody alone to wrestle with.
To? Obviously,
absolutely,
the doctor and the consultant who would be
and your closest, your nearest and dearest, for that emotional support, because these are difficult choices that have to be made.
Hilary, I saw a report the other night that it said that over 3 million women in the UK haven't had a smear test within the time frame that they should.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
It's partly because of the embarrassment factor of having a smear test, not getting round to it, not having time, postponing it, thinking it won't happen to me. But here's the thing. What's the biggest risk factor for cervical cancer? It's not having a smear test. And in half of people newly diagnosed with cervical cancer, they've never had a smear test. So having a test saves lives. We detect between 1,000 and 4,000 cases of cervical cancer through the screening programme every year, and we save thousands of lives since the campaign began. So have a test. It takes 5 minutes.
So
it's
get
not
in touch
painful.
with you. If you can't remember the last time, get in touch
absolutely.
with your GP now.
And it should be 3 yearly between the age of 25 and 49, and between 50 and 64 every 5 years.
Okay.
And it's really important. It takes 5 minutes. It could save your life. Do it.
Thank you. Thank you, Hilary. And thank you so much. And we wish you, Katie, all the very best.
Absolutely. Look forward to the rest of the storyline.